Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Natalia Sahelnik, and if you're new here at the Divinity Inspires channel, this is where we bring our collective intentions together to receive channeled messages, connecting through the astrological transits, and learn more about the stars as we connect to our higher selves and attune to the highest timelines for our greatest good. If you're interested in what we're going to do today, we're going to get into each rising sign. I'll have the timestamps descriptions below for where you can look in the video to read yours. But what we're going to begin with is the solar eclipse in Aries, looking at the new power we are stepping into, the strength, the confidence, the throne itself, how we step more clearly into a place of authenticity that comes from the trials that we have earned and the amount of bravery it takes for us to stand more independently in our sense of autonomy and how we present our power and our light to the world when we are being of service. Within this month of March, we will also be having Neptune entering Aries, which it hasn't done since 1876. So it's been a little bit of time since we've seen Neptune show such an initiative power towards higher visionary action being taking place to really collectively bring communities together with a vision to initiate change in our world, and how that might look for individuals dealing with stronger fire placements, cardinal signs between Aries, Libra, Capricorn, really getting the fire starting to be lit for them to bring their power into the physical manifestation in our jobs, in our community practices. But today's emphasis on the solar eclipse in Aries, which will be occurring on March 29th, we're going to look at each rising sign. Eclipse season is a time where our world goes through some of the most pivotal changes of karmic cleansings off of the planet. This can be that lunar eclipses, which we just had on March 13th, talk about letting goes, releasings of the ends of cycles. The preparation for a new beginning is always set to a solar eclipse. And this one, regarded in the sign of Aries, is going to connect us to where the initiatory, bold actions we take to be strong in our authentic self is going to help propel a motion of success for us as we move through the next 6 months. With Neptune entering Aries at the end of March, a very big transit, as this planet doesn't see this sign too often, Neptune will leave Aries in 2039. So if you're about 20 right now watching this, you will be 40 by the time this transit has moved. So this is big stuff because this is the archetypal shifts that occur in our world that transition us for the next level. Now let's get started looking at the rising signs. We're going to start Aries Rising because as the first sign, connected to the head, connected to the ram, the spirit of progression, we have to acknowledge that self-identity, appearance, body image, presentation, the ability to go first and demonstrate how to do it. Survival happens in the first sign. And with Aries being the sign of this solar eclipse, Aries risings, your ability to lead through instinct and to let that leadership be your guiding North Star when you are now being perceived by your community. This is showing an area where your power is being more regularly recognized instantaneously by the people that see you. This can be through your online presences, with the first house dealing with our first 10-second impressions, as well as strangers who are meeting you for new opportunities in love relationships or career circumstances. That first impression is going to be so strong for you now, as fated opportunities are helping you reset your sense of self-identity and purpose, having cleansed you from old attachments. During this Venus retrograde in Aries, likely your rising sign has been reinventing its sense of style. How you want to be seen versus how you used to be perceived are now being realigned. Very strong time for you. take more presence in your meditations to see your higher self coming into physical form. As the first house deals with the body, it also means that you're reevaluating your sense of health connected to your image, and how healthy self-image is important for feeling confident and standing in that. Now, moving to the second rising sign, we have Taurus risings. So this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 12th house. Now, for Taurus risings, you may feel that your subconscious and meditative practices are being reset. Taurus risings, you may feel that your meditative and subconscious realm are being reset. This is essentially like the addict of our spirit is getting cleared. Taurus risings, it is your time to recognize how much power comes to us when we can acknowledge subconscious patterns that maybe have been sabotaging us or asking us to surrender to something more powerful, something greater connected to source. This is your time to reevaluate and have this new beginning in your mind, in your spirit, to help trust that your power to initiate change in your life comes from the deep-seated intention within your soul. Okay? Now, Gemini risings. This solar eclipse in Aries will happen in your 11th house. Now, I'm also called to pull some cards here for you, because for the 11th house, your community networking collaborations are about to go on blast. You are going to be working with a lot more people and having a form of leadership and being able to help coordinate how to do certain things, where to do them. This can also be, if you have prominent 5th house placements, that this time a partnership that you are able to lead by being an example to others in your community of showing trust through difficult circumstances. That might be a message specifically for a few of you Gemini risings, but overall you will be doing quite a few collaborations that are going to have you climbing a few mountains with other people. Don't shy away from miscommunications here. The ability to show leadership comes from asking and collaborating with others. And when there is a difficulty in the voice, give yourself the space to double check with others how to proceed forward. And that's on spirit. But overall, there's some really strong work to be happening. This can be that you're working with more marketing or social media, as we have Pluto in Aquarius at this point in time. And for Gemini risings, depending on the degree that that's happening, your networking strengths that involve technological innovations might be becoming a bit more prominent for you using technological work. Now, for Cancer risings, this eclipse is going to happen in your 10th house. Your 10th house is the part of your chart where the world can sense you. They see you. People that are more so your colleagues are now looking at you as someone who shows and demonstrates a form of leadership that comes from the ability to move beyond fear. Bravery is being able to initiate yourself into confidence to go forward despite of the discomfort. And on a professional level, this might be a really powerful time if you're a musician or someone who does a lot of creative work to present a project to a community and use the potency of this vibration to help push you forward for the next 6 months. This is a powerful time to initiate a project with a new beginning that might be the equivalent of lighting a fire that spreads so wildly towards your desires because it is lit with spirit in mind that you are prepared to cultivate the ground that comes through being reestablished, renewed. This can be that your career work is now having a whole new light to how much effort you put in and how you follow instinctually the signs of spirit to guide you in your actions that help cultivate a greater pyramid, a greater empire is what I'm hearing. But that is what I have for you, Cancer Rising. This is big. And then Leo Risings. Okay, Leo Risings. This eclipse in Aries on the 29th is going to happen in your 9th house. This can do with travel plans, your philosophies to expand with other people, sharing your spiritual beliefs, the work that you do in the world to convey your higher connection to source, as well as being a channel where we allow ourselves to step out of the ego and to say, I have a message and I'm here to share it. This can be a powerful time for you to start working with the grids, seeing where different points on the planet help maximize your strength and confidence, that sometimes through travel, we are changed as people. So where is it that you've been relocating or planning on investing in your journey that is going to help you pioneer a new mindset that you're sharing and presenting to the communities that you service? Very potent time for working with candle magic and setting a tone or a plan for a vision. This can be creating your higher vision board and seeing your travel destinations. If that means you're going to certain temples or you're connected into source very much through understanding justice or law or higher morality of the planet, this can be bringing yourself to destinations that really anchor that in. Bringing people together in courthouses, really working on your higher understanding of the balance of universal laws. But that's what I have for you, Leo Risings. Let's see for Virgo Rising. This solar eclipse in Aries is going to happen in your 8th house. So this could be a big leveling up for finances for you, as well as the intimacy you have in a relationship, feeling that two individuals are showing the leadership to continue forward, to say we are all in. And with the 8th house comes an awareness that your power to create change in your life comes from your willingness to sit with your shadows. When we have a new beginning in a fire sign, there's an illumination of the power that is seated in the soul when we allow ourselves to connect into our magic, our intuition, our spirituality. The 8th house carrying the frequencies of Scorpio here also means that for a partnership, sexuality, you're having a rebirth in how you feel comfortable in your sense of power that is generated through your psyche. So this is really a strong psychological renewal for you. And when you're with, or if you are moving towards a partnership, this is a new mindset being brought in about how you want to be treated, both in the real world and in private time. But essentially, during this space, it's a good window for you to really clarify how you want to lead by initiating the conversations that help you feel cherished and valued. We want to be aware that there is a Mercury retrograde occurring at this time, and it will have moved into Pisces on March 27th, 2 days before this eclipse. So the conversations you might be reevaluating are really likely to help empower you to feel comfortable with your finances and how you choose to invest. But this isn't the time to sign contracts. However, if you feel called, you may. This might be getting good news on a house development or a deed. But I would say give it maybe 2.5 weeks into April before you sign anything. But if this is you taking a bigger step in a community project, definitely do so. And do so with a sense of leadership in your heart. And then moving here for Libra Risings, the Aries solar eclipse is going to happen in your 7th house of committed partnerships, business relationships. These establishments of collaboration are allowing yourself to lead with your intention and then to negotiate with a partner or with a business a new level of connection in your community. During this time, it may be helpful for you to write a list of the values that you care for in a partnership or a business relationship, and then to circle and highlight the ones that you cannot compromise on. Aries speaks to autonomy, and when we're looking for a Libra rising, we want to see that there is a sense of individual independence, that you will advocate for yourself in your committed relationships, and by doing so and feeling empowered, not to wait but to lead by your intention, the relationships in your life are going to start aligning more clearly. That is what I have for Libra risings. And you could also be having a new beginning in your realm of a relationship. So if you have a relationship starting about now, this could be a higher commitment being offered. This could be the realm of marriage. You really could be stepping into a committed next level in your relationship status. So definitely give yourself a space to look at that as an opportunity to have the more dedicated and committed conversations. Again, Mercury retrograde during this time, so it's really reevaluating the level of commitment of your business and marriage level, dating level partnerships, okay? And then Scorpio risings of this solar eclipse in Aries occur in your 6th house of coworkers, health routines, day-to-day habits, and how you create a pattern recognition of what routines and rituals support you being of service from a place of humility and leadership. Scorpio risings, you will have a new beginning with your coworkers and your community. This can be allowing yourself to recognize the power that comes from being of service in your day-to-day rituals and habits, and how they serve you when you are able to lead with what feels right for you, and giving yourself the space to have that autonomy, to know that you have free choice, and that the effects of your body, as Aries still connects us to our physical vessel and our appearance, are shaped by the habits and choices of our well-being and health that happen in our 6th house. This could be you're starting a new health routine for yourself, you're integrating maybe more water or different exercises into your habits. This can be you're setting up a new productivity workflow that fits more purely towards your mental health and how you fluctuate between rising and sleeping and those levels of productivity. And it's a powerful time for you to set intentions with shining your light with your coworkers and being open to sharing that light and uniqueness while also mixing and being in your power with others and standing in that confidence. I wish you peace with that. And we have Sagittarius risings. So this solar eclipse is going to happen in your 5th house of dating and play, creativity, the arts, how you allow leisure to help you lead a life of joy. Sagittarius risings, give yourself the permission to play for the sake of feeling that life has joy to give when your inner child is expanding in ways that allow your mind to learn and discover that only happen when we're in a state of restoration. The sacral chakra is very big for this group right now, as Sagittarius is helping expand and potentially innovate how you have systems of joy and pleasure in your community settings when you take time to really know what hobbies and activities make you feel fire in your spirit. And your leadership to taking care of your well-being, your mental health, and your body, when you're in these more active states, let yourself observe where you feel called to level up your sense of play. Like, go big or go home. Buy the jet ski. Go out on that date with that wild fire sign. Give him a chance to show you, and know yourself that you won't sacrifice who you are if a partner doesn't reflect the qualities that you set as your standards. Right? whether or not you're with that partner or not. This is more so contemplations about how you date if you are not seeing a partner right now. All right. But next we have Capricorn Risings. So Capricorn Risings, this solar eclipse in Aries is going to happen in your 4th house, and there's likely a bit of a square happening here. So there may be some tensions regarding how you create changes in your home and family life by being in a place of leadership to recognize what patterns have not served your family or ancestral lineage, and recognizing how you lead the changes in your home life by being the example of that which you wish to see. That which you wish to see. We cannot change other people, but we can set the tone for how we will be approached and how in our private life, those who are in our inner circles have to earn and show they are committed from a place of authenticity, not an assumption that someone has earned that spot, but truly that they show up being able to be in that part of your life. And for you as well, having a new beginning after all that you've let go of that was not serving you in your private life, and allowing that to start being more present in conversations with people that you've chosen to keep. Next, we have our Aquarius Risings. The solar eclipse in Aries is going to occur in your 3rd house. So your conversations with friendships, your family members, siblings, your day-to-day writing skills, working with technology, learning how to work in this world, it's going to give you the power to help really set yourself forward in a place of leadership when it comes to learning. So this could be a helpful time to start investing into additional education that helps kind of keep your skills sharp, while also working with people who have skills that maybe you don't have to help collaborate and learn from those around you. This can be an important time if you are being called to a specific project surrounding writing, more so being reevaluated. It might be a time that you're picking up something you'd put down, because we are again in a Venus and Mercury retrograde. The power that comes to us to be reinvigorated in our social circles can help us want to work with more projects that help us learn and share with others. And you may be picking up something you've put down for a while now and presenting it to a community of friends. Give yourself a space to really enjoy what you're doing and to lead not from a place of survivalism, but from a place of really feeling called to stand where you do and to communicate what you have to say through whatever medium calls you, okay? And then we have our final sign, Pisces Rising. So Pisces Rising, this Aries solar eclipse is going to happen in your 2nd house. So your sense of self-worth, resources, home development, how we create a place of security and comfort, knowing that all that we have is a reflection of source helping flow with us, not the human alignment of scarcity that comes from being in competition. With the Aries solar eclipse, areas in your life where you're working to gain more finance and stability, knowing that you are provided for by the universe. And when you show up to be in a place of leadership, to allow light to shine through you, for you to be the messenger, and to let the ego be put to the side and to be here to be of service, abundance and opportunistic blessings are placed towards you because you are in alignment with source. And Pisces Rising is that sensitive spirit with you, especially while we have the North Node and the Sun. Well, actually at this time, the Sun will be in Aries, but with the North Node and Mercury helping you guide the conversations that help heal you and others when you speak up for your sense of self-worth. This can be big shifts in your career settings about being in a place of power to advocate for your needs. Take the time you will to really set an intention for what changes will bring you more abundance by you allowing yourself to surrender to being in leadership, to communicating what the higher version of you would like to say. Now, that is what I have for the rising signs here, but let's just pull some extra cards for some additional clarification for the collective as we finish up with this solar eclipse. Seeing here, we have the Three of Wands, so our collaborations coming into view. We have the Queen of Wands in her meditation with the King of Wands. So feminine and masculine power of creativity. This is the strength that comes from unifying the passive and the active states of ourselves, using the element of creation to expand our higher learning and wisdom. This is a powerful time for you to really work with the element of fire and to reset and cleanse, to prepare this new beginning in your life by speaking with Source, allowing Source, conscious God, divinity, divine essence to work clearly with you and to see it happening in your day-to-day life. Your opportunities for abundance and power. In the state of power, it's more so a gift that allows us to be of greater service. That's how we want to look at that. But right now, this meditative state, right? I don't know if you can see that here, but this meditative state of really stepping inside to know that leadership comes from here, not from here. Though this is a tool to help us navigate and see the signs, the greatest connection is started within the heart. And it happens when we allow ourselves to listen into what divine order is preparing for us, whether that means to step forward, to pause, to redirect. This time is a period of confidence. As Venus retrograde will be ending on April 12th, this period is helping us reestablish the sense of who we are and how we stand up for what we need. As always, subscribe and comment, like below. I really appreciate you supporting the channel, and leave me your rising sign in the comments below. I'm curious as to what you're interested about finding out or happening for you. Let's set the best intentions for this community. And if you feel interested, check out my podcast at the Rise by the Stars podcast on Spotify, as well as my accounts at Divinity Inspires on Instagram and at the Rise by the Stars podcast on Instagram to stay up to date with what the stars are bringing in, and trust in your path. I'm grateful to be here to facilitate. Thank you, Spirit, for all that you do to help me be of service. And I wish you peace. Thank you for the space.